Right now, metformin may be affecting your body in ways no one clearly explained to you. Not your doctor, not your pharmacist, and not the label on the bottle. This is not to frighten you. This is to show you what may actually be happening. Because there are 5 real, whole, research-backed foods that work through many of the same blood sugar pathways linked with metformin. And one review of 46 clinical studies involving more than 4,000 people with type 2 diabetes found that one of these matched metformin on multiple blood sugar markers. So the issue is not whether these foods can help. The issue is why more people are not told about them. Before we begin, here is the key point. Metformin works through a pathway tied to your body's energy regulation. It helps your cells pull glucose out of the blood, helps the liver reduce sugar release, and helps insulin work better. Every food on this list supports similar outcomes through related mechanisms such as insulin sensitivity, enzyme slowing, gut changes, or glucose control. The result is the same direction: lower blood sugar, improved insulin response, and better metabolic support. Let's begin with number 5. Chromium from food. Not the poorly absorbed supplement forms many people buy, but real food sources like broccoli, grape juice, turkey breast, green beans, and even baked potatoes. Chromium matters because your cells rely on insulin receptors to let glucose in. With age, those receptors may not respond well. Glucose stays in the blood, insulin rises, and insulin resistance gets worse. Chromium helps improve the insulin signal so glucose can move into cells more effectively. Research has shown that chromium can lower fasting blood sugar, reduce A1C, and improve insulin resistance. A practical step is to eat 2 to 3 servings of chromium-rich foods each day. Broccoli is one of the best options. If using a supplement, chromium picolinate is the better absorbed form, often taken with food. Chromium also works better when vitamin D and magnesium are not low. Number 4 is bitter melon. This food has been used for a long time and contains compounds that support blood sugar control in several ways. Some of its natural compounds act in an insulin-like way, while others help slow carbohydrate breakdown in the gut. That means sugar enters the bloodstream more slowly instead of all at once. In studies, bitter melon has shown benefits for glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. It can be used fresh, as tea, or as an extract. Fresh bitter melon can be sliced, soaked to reduce bitterness, and cooked. Extract is another option, usually taken with meals. Tea made from dried slices is often easier for many older adults to tolerate. The main point is timing. It works best before meals, not after, because it needs to be active while the carbohydrates are being digested. Anyone on blood sugar medication should be careful because combining it with certain drugs can push blood sugar too low. Number 3 is fenugreek. These small seeds have been used for centuries, and the research behind them is strong. Studies show fenugreek can improve fasting blood sugar, A1C, insulin resistance, and even cholesterol. It works in 2 major ways. First, it contains soluble fiber that slows carbohydrate digestion. That means sugar enters the blood more gradually. Second, it contains a compound that supports insulin release when glucose is present, which helps the body respond more naturally. A common way to use fenugreek is seed powder mixed into warm water before a meal. Some people soak the seeds overnight and drink the water in the morning. Starting small is important because the fiber can cause bloating at first. Roasting the seeds lightly before grinding can reduce the bitterness and make them easier to use. Fenugreek may also work well alongside metformin, but blood sugar should be watched carefully because the combination can be stronger than expected. Number 2 is cinnamon, but the type matters. Most people use the wrong one. Cassia cinnamon is common and cheaper, but it contains more coumarin, which can be hard on the liver in larger amounts. Ceylon cinnamon is the better choice for regular use. Cinnamon has been shown to reduce fasting blood sugar, improve insulin resistance, and lower A1C. Some research found that even a small daily amount made a meaningful difference over time. Cinnamon helps by acting on insulin-related pathways and by slowing the enzymes that break starch into sugar. That means smaller blood sugar spikes after meals. The best way to use it is with or just before food, not at random times. It can be added to oatmeal, coffee, yogurt, or other meals. People taking blood thinners should be especially careful and should avoid high amounts without speaking to a doctor. Number 1 is berberine. This is the item that has gone head-to-head with metformin in clinical research. It is a natural compound found in several plants and has been used traditionally for a very long time. but modern studies are what made it stand out. In one study, Berberine and Metformin produced very similar improvements in A1C, fasting blood sugar, and post-meal glucose. Larger reviews have also found Berberine to be highly effective, and in some markers, it performed as well as or even better than Metformin. Berberine works through many of the same metabolic pathways linked with Metformin. It helps the liver reduce excess glucose output, helps muscles pull sugar from the blood, and supports the gut in ways that improve blood sugar balance. It may also support hormones tied to glucose regulation. Many people are interested in it because metformin can cause digestive problems and long-term vitamin B12 depletion in some cases. Berberine may still cause mild stomach discomfort at first, but it is often temporary. A common starting approach is a small dose with meals, increasing slowly if tolerated. But this part is important. Anyone already taking metformin should not replace it or combine it with berberine without medical guidance. The research shows it can be helpful, but medication changes should be handled with a doctor. Now, there are 3 major mistakes to avoid. First, do not combine berberine with metformin without supervision because both can lower blood sugar and the combination may become too strong. Second, do not combine bitter melon with medications that already push insulin release unless a doctor is involved. Third, do not use high amounts of the wrong cinnamon, especially if you are on blood thinners. Here is the simple action plan. Start with one change, not everything at once. Add Ceylon cinnamon to breakfast daily. Use fenugreek before a main meal and watch your fasting blood sugar. Increase chromium-rich foods through real meals first. If blood sugar still remains above target after some time, discuss berberine with your doctor and bring the research with you. Track your fasting blood sugar every morning and compare your numbers after several weeks. The goal is not magic. The goal is consistency. Your body still wants to respond better. Your cells still want to use glucose properly. Sometimes they just need the right support. You have been told for years that rising blood sugar means only more medication, more doses, and fewer options. But the evidence shows nutrition still matters. The studies exist, the data is there, and now you know about it too. Senior Health Tips is about helping you understand what your body may be missing and what practical steps may help. Pick one item from this list, start carefully, stay consistent, track your numbers, and speak with your doctor before making major changes. Then, see what the data says.